So much for joining us.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we're going on a safari.
Wow.
No.
That was
Yeah.
animal noises.
We'll be in Kenya in 5 days.
Oh.
Okay, so if you're going somewhere in 5 days, you'll be there in 5 days. It means that what does that mean? If you'll be there in 5 days, in 5 days.
Right. So in 5 days mean that on the 5th day you will arrive. Mm-hmm. So if you say something like within 5 days,
yes,
it could be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days.
Right.
So this in 5 days means it's only that final day that you will arrive.
So after 5 days.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to go on a safari, Cameron.
Yes.
What animal would you really want to see?
So is it an African safari?
Yeah, it's an African safari.
Oh gosh, an African
Yeah.
safari.
So if there was one animal that you had to see, what would it be?
Probably like the hippos. I know they're really dangerous.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to see the hippos?
Have you seen a baby hippo?
Oh, of course.
They are the cutest things.
I know.
They're just like a ball of fat.
But you know what? So the thing about hippos is that when I went on the safari, the safari guide said, "Oh, you think they're slow, huh?"
Nope.
Oh, they are very fast.
Yeah.
And they will knock you over and you can die.
They say that hippos are the most dangerous animal in a safari.
Yeah, it's true.
They
don't look it, though.
They don't. They just look adorable.
Especially like when they're in the water and their backs are slightly above the water, so you see like little shiny bumps. Like,
yeah, and sometimes the birds land on it.
Yes.
And they have the tiny ears. They have the big head and these tiny little round ears.
Okay, so Cameron wants to see the hippos.
What did you see on your safari? What was your favorite? What was your favorite?
Okay, so I saw actually 2 cheetahs going for a kill.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a National Geographic moment.
Like, was it a wildebeest or what?
It was like just a small, like not a wildebeest. It was a small little deer. What do they call it? I'm not sure.
Like a gazelle?
Like a gazelle, but yeah. And so we actually saw the whole thing. So the jeeps that were there, we were like, oh! They were literally running 50 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh.
And they finally got it.
That's so cool.
It was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so enough of bragging.
So African safari.
Okay, African safari. What are we doing if we're counting sheep?
To count sheep means you are trying to go to sleep by counting usually.
Oh, okay. Make a name for yourself?
This means you become famous for doing something.
Oh. Watch out for someone or something?
So to be cautious or to be aware, be on the lookout for something.
Okay, very good. So keep those expressions in mind. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
I can't believe we'll be in Kenya in 5 days.
Yep, we'll spend the first night in Nairobi, then the safari company will pick us up and take us to their camp.
Then the second night we'll be counting sheep under the stars. By the way, I hope it's safe.
Of course. This company made a name for itself as the safari outfitter used by the British royal family.
I'm still going to watch out for hyenas when we're camping.
Don't worry, they'll have guards protecting us at night.
Here we go. Carla says, I can't believe we'll be in Kenya in 5 days.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't believe in 5 days. So we talked about in 5 days, in 2 weeks. So in a period of time.
Yes.
Is our power pattern.
Right. So I think this is the most common way of saying on the 5th day, 5 days later. I often hear after 5 days, and it often feels awkward.
It does.
Whenever it's spoken by a non-native English speaker. So this in 5 days is the most common way that you will hear this expressed. In 5 days.
So when are you leaving? When are you going on your vacation? Oh, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You could say 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, from now.
right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
But there, 2 weeks later would sound a little awkward.
Yes, right.
After 2 weeks is definitely awkward.
Right.
Yeah, so this in amount of time is the most common construction.
Yeah, it's a very useful pattern because it seems so simplistic.
Yes.
But you'd be surprised that a lot of people say after and later more. Non-native English speakers.
Right.
So you need some tools.
Yes.
Okay. Mike says, yep, we'll spend the first night in Nairobi. Then the safari company will pick us up and take us to their camp.
Yes.
So they will be having a safari in Kenya, and Nairobi is the place where you basically, that's where the airport is. And the safari company will pick you up. Okay, one quick point. If anybody wants to go on a safari to Africa, the best thing to do is not to make your plans here. Book your safari from Korea. It is to go to the place, and there are a ton of safari companies. You can get it for half the price.
Really?
Seriously.
And you can trust them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, of course, you'd have to know a few of them.
How do you know
your
them?
homework. Yeah. Well, with your trusty guidebooks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What does Carla say?
Then the second night, we'll be counting sheep under the stars. By the way, I hope it's safe.
Okay. So they are going to their camp,
Yes.
which is basically like a luxury tent, basically. So that's why Carla says, I hope it's safe. And when she says counting sheep, is she counting sheep? Are there sheep in the safari,
No, I think because there are lions. I don't think there are any sheep.
Okay,
but to count sheep is an expression that we say to mean to go to sleep or to try to go to sleep.
Right.
And it really is like you're supposed to pretend like sheep are out in front of you.
Yeah.
In front of your bed.
Okay.
And you're counting them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, my parents used to tell me, like, if I couldn't go to sleep, Mom, Dad, I can't go to sleep. Go to your bed, count backwards from 100.
Yeah. 100, 99, 98.
97.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does Mike say?
Of course, this company made a name for itself as the safari outfitter used by the British royal family.
So this company is a very well-known company.
Oh.
It made a name for itself.
Yes.
Okay. As the safari outfitter.
Yes.
Okay. So what is to make a name for yourself?
This means to become popular or become well-known, become famous for doing something. So whatever skill that you are good at, you can make a name for yourself doing that skill.
Yeah. So you could be an architect or an interior designer and you can make a name for yourself. You could be a famous producer, make a name for yourself. It's like you are very good at something and people recognize you and look for you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just that you're famous. Like there are some celebrities.
Yeah.
They're just famous. They didn't do anything.
Right.
Really. They're just famous.
Right.
But then there are other people that are famous because of something they did. Even if it is a movie that they're in. And they did so well on that part.
Right.
They made a name for themselves.
That's right.
As a talented actor or actress.
Right. Right.
But often this is things like, if it is that architect, they design an amazing building.
Yeah.
And they
right.
make a name for themselves in modern architecture.
Okay. Now, this company made a name for themselves as the safari outfitter used by the British royal family. So the royal family used this safari outfitter. What is this outfitter?
So an outfitter is someone that gives you supplies, equipment, even clothing to do something. In this case, a safari outfitter is the company that is giving you all the supplies that you will need for a safari.
Okay. And Carla says, I'm still going to watch out for hyenas when we're camping. Okay, watch out for.
To watch out for is to be cautious about, to look and make sure that you do not get too close.
Yes.
Because it's dangerous, so you're going to be cautious.
Okay. So watch out for. Okay. Be careful. Okay. Don't worry. They'll have guards protecting us at night.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Well, because you are in the wild.
Yeah.
And they will come around.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I guess you do need lookouts, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
I can't believe we'll be in Kenya in 5 days.
Yep, we'll spend the first night in Nairobi, then the safari company will pick us up and take us to their camp.
Then the second night we'll be counting sheep under the stars. By the way, I hope it's safe.
Of course. This company made a name for itself as the safari outfitter used by the British royal family.
I'm still going to watch out for hyenas when we're camping.
Don't worry, they'll have guards protecting us at night.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 52 and 53. Count sheep is not that you're really counting sheep, 1 sheep, 2 sheep, but it's imaginary.
Yeah.
So this is kind of one way they say that you should do when you can't fall asleep.
Right.
Okay? All right. Want to meet me at the club around midnight?
No way. I'll be counting sheep by then.
Okay.
I'll be asleep by then.
I'll be asleep. So in this case, it's just saying, like, I'm going to be in bed.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So true.
Trying to sleep.
Midnight at a club?
Oh, no.
No, thank you.
Oh. I spent hours counting sheep, but couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah, here it's the actual action of trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But not being able to.
Yes. Have you tried and have you ever counted sheep?
Yeah, I've tried. There's sometimes I have a really difficult time going to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what do you do?
Well, recently what I've been doing is keeping my eyes open.
Yes.
So like
you get tired.
Yeah, you get more tired with your eyes open than if you close your eyes and try to sleep. So I've been just like looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
And like counting not sheep, but counting my breath.
Yeah.
Like going 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to sleep quite easily though, don't you?
I do. I don't really these days I really don't have any problems because I'm so tired. You know, I do so many things during the day, so I'm wiped out.
You
Shoot.
hit the pillow and
I hit the pillow and like within a matter of minutes I'm like
lucky you.
Oh. All right. So, make a name for yourself or oneself means to become famous in a specific area.
Yeah.
Okay. You've really made a name for yourself in country music.
Well, it took more than 10 years of hard work to get here.
Yeah. So, in a specific area.
Yeah, it can't be general.
It can't be.
It has to be something specific.
Right.
And something you were skilled at.
Yeah.
You worked at. You have experience in.
Yeah, exactly. Even as a chef, you can make a name for yourself.
Yep.
You know? Jake made a name for himself as a singing taxi driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if you could just make a name for yourself as a taxi driver.
Right.
But as a singing taxi driver, maybe someone filmed you and then they put your video on social media and then it got really popular.
Yeah.
And now sponsors are like, hey, will you sing about our product in your taxi?
Right.
So now he's famous as this guy who's singing in taxis.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of social media, you can make a name. It seems like everyone has the chance to make a name for themselves on social media as an influencer.
Yeah, just doing the weirdest things.
I know. It's like now you don't even need that much talent.
Yeah, you just have to be a little funny.
Yeah.
Or pretty.
Pretty.
Have we made a name for ourselves, Kristen?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm interested at what a lot of our listeners think about us. I think we've made a name for ourselves as
good as English teachers.
A little bit silly.
A little silly.
A little silly.
I like that though.
The silly EBS teachers.
Yeah. I still feel that in Korea I've been working hard behind the scenes. Of course, radio is very public, but my face is not so public. So I feel like I've made a name for myself as a good English teacher, but not as like anything more than that.
I don't know. I think you've made a name for yourself as a voice actress.
As a voice actress?
You've done a lot of
Okay.
stuff.
That is true.
You're on the subway.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You're living the life. You're famous.
That's it.
Oh.
That's the only thing I'm famous for.
You're in everybody's heads.
Oh gosh.
Everybody's ears every morning.
Do you know that my son has to take that subway train?
Really?
Every day. And so he gets to hear mommy.
That's a nightmare.
stop is.
That's a nightmare. As a teenage son,
It's true.
I can't escape my mother.
I gotta hear my mom again. Okay.
Oh, that's
Watch
funny.
out for someone or something means to be aware,
Yes.
okay? And keep on the lookout.
Yes.
I think my golf ball landed in the tall grass over there.
Watch out for snakes when you go in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if Korea really has any dangerous things,
Sure.
but in where I'm from,
Oh.
when people go golfing, they get bitten by snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Golfing?
Golfing.
Really?
Well, we have ticks. You know the
Oh, ticks.
like those little bugs.
Jindagi.
Yeah, jintagi.
Yeah.
We have a type
Ooh.
that has a disease.
Lyme disease.
Lyme disease. And so they have to be careful not to get eaten by bugs.
Ew.
And like in some places, you have to worry about alligators.
Alligators?
Yes.
You've got alligators too?
do. In like the little swampy areas. So yeah, you got to watch out for dangerous things if
Okay.
you're golfing.
All right, in California,
Uh-huh.
of course, California, much of it is desert.
Uh-huh.
And so you have to watch out for rattlesnakes when you go hiking.
Oh.
They're real.
Rattlesnakes.
Rattlesnakes.
Or like scorpions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Watch out for bicyclists on this road.
Yeah, there are a lot of bicyclists on this road.
All right.
Or now, watch out for scooters on the road.
Scooters.
Let me tell you, those kickboards,
Yeah.
those are,
Totally.
those are dangerous.
Yes. All right. How about in 5 days, our power pattern?
After 5 days.
Okay. William will graduate university in 5 days.
Whoa. In 5 days, there will be a total eclipse of the sun.
Oh, okay. So after. Our power vocab is safari outfitter. Do check out the definition on page 54. Let's thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회에서 취업가스